Listen, I want to start with the new movie. It's #1 on Amazon, right?
Yes, Jalsa is #1 on Amazon.
So tell us about it. Tell us why you did it. Because it's a very unusual film.
It is, it is. And initially I have to admit, when the director first came to me with it, I said no. Because while I thought the script was fantastic, I think I didn't have the courage to play someone who may not be easily likable, who seemed morally ambiguous to me, because, while I've played characters with gray shades in the past, I think none of them has been morally ambiguous. But I have the pandemic to thank for the fact that, I had a change of heart, because I suddenly felt like, post the first lockdown, I felt like, who am I to judge who is morally ambiguous, who is right, who is not? I don't know what I would have done in that situation as an individual, so why am I judging the character? It was also my greed to work with Suresh Triveni that I think made me go through this internal conversation, but I'm so glad I did it.
But that's what? You've done 3 films in a row. There's Sherni, which was again a difficult kind of role and an unusual role, right? Playing a forest officer. And then there was the Shakuntala Devi movie, which was perhaps the most difficult, because while you were not necessarily morally ambiguous, you weren't very good as a person and all of that, yeah? So what makes you take these roles? What made you do Shakuntala Devi?
Just the angle that Anu Menon, the director, was... or the lens through which she wanted to tell the story was very unusual. She wanted to tell the story of a mathematical genius through the lens of her daughter. And I thought that was very interesting. It's a very, it was a very troubled relationship. And actually all mothers and daughters, I think, have, slightly, I think, turbulent relationships. But this one was even more so. And I found it amazing that Anu, Shakuntala Devi's daughter, was very honest with us about the kind of relationship she shared with her mother and about all that happened, but how beneath and beyond all of that, they were mother and daughter who loved each other. And I thought it was not just a biopic about a genius. That's, to me, that would have been like... a bit uninteresting. But this angle, the fact that we glorify mothers all the time, in...
particularly in Hindi cinema.
Particularly in Hindi cinema, has always troubled me. And I've always felt like, there's so much pressure on every woman, one, to be a mother and then to be a good mother. And I've always found this slightly impossible. So when Shakuntala Devi was offered to me, I was like, wow, this is something I definitely want to do. To debunk this myth that every mother is a good mother. And I'm not saying Shakuntala Devi wasn't a good mother. She was human. She was also a woman who wanted it all. And what is wrong with a mother wanting it all for herself? I think it's only fair.
Yeah, ideas of India.